Good morning. Thank you for coming this morning. It is bright and early. I'm the academic program coordinator for elementary education at George Mason University, and much of what Eric said this morning really resonates with me because this is exactly how we found Eric and Edthena, was that we were really looking for transformation of our program in terms of our supervision, increasing the robustness of our field experiences, and then certainly maintaining the collaboration and improving our work with our PDS partners. We have quite an extensive PDS network for our elementary program, and so we were really looking on a way to capitalize on those connections. So that's really what led to our working with Edthena. I'd also had some previous experience with video coding at my prior employment institution, and so I knew that there were tools out there. I just didn't know what the possibilities were. And my experiences were really with things that were kind of cumbersome and really difficult to use. So when I stumbled upon this, that was when I realized, okay, there is an easy tool that we can use that doesn't, it caused the students the drama and trauma of trying to navigate some of the technological aspects of working with video. So that's how we came to be. I think when we think about the adoption that we had in elementary ed, we were really purposeful in our approach. And it was purposeful kind of in three layers. One was that we were purposefully planning for the implementation. We started with a pilot with a very small group of students and faculty, really just trying to get our own heads around what the possibilities were with video coding. That then led to us deciding to adopt the program across our whole program. So we moved from having, I think, 10 students using it to adopting the next year full implementation, with students purchasing it as they entered the program. So with that part, we also had to think about purposeful integration, which I think for us really meant thinking about the pilot and then applying that learning to our courses. It was really interesting how we learned some different things about the integration piece, because initially your first thought is, I want to put it everywhere, right? I wanted to integrate it into every aspect of our program. And I think we did a bit of overkill, so we had to learn a lot about where is it most meaningful and purposeful for us to integrate. And then we also had to think purposefully about the analysis. So how are we going to think about what we learned and using that to apply it to subsequent iterations of our work with Edthena? Have I left anything out? No? Okay, great. So I think what probably people are most interested in is how did we use it in our program? And we've incorporated it in a number of ways, most of which are in response to CAEP Standard 2 and increasing the nature of our work in the field and the rigor within which we're working in the field. So in a lot of ways, we went to assignments that we had in our courses and became more purposeful in the connection that we made to the field experiences with those assignments. And in many cases, we embedded now a video component to those assignments. So whereas before students may be planning a lesson, now they're planning and teaching the lesson, videoing the lesson, and then using that to code together in class, a reflection on that experience. So there was a really increased move towards that analysis of their work after the implementation of the field, and the Edthena piece really supported that. So a couple of examples. We do a classroom tour activity, which actually went out on the Edthena blog this week from one of our students. It's an initial low-stakes assignment where in our classroom management course, which is the first course they use the product in, and they just do a quick tour of the classroom. They're not on video, which they like. You know, they're always nervous. What do I look like? What do I sound like? So we try to get them past those first hurdles. So the tour is just their voice, a very narrative, descriptive, non-evaluative tour. And then we have them post the videos on Edthena, and they make comments about what they're seeing based on the 6 features of classroom design. So very low stakes. We talk about that this is our practice run. We do that again in the internship experience so that they can see each other's classrooms. So we do some purposeful pairing there as well. In several of our courses, we've redesigned assignments. Like I mentioned, the lesson planning piece. Our literacy faculty member has taken a past assignment, which was a read aloud. So she would have the students do some work on read alouds in class, do some practice runs, and then they would actually do a read aloud with the students and do a written reflection. Now she has them do all of those initial steps, plan the read aloud, teach the read aloud, record it, with the video, come back into class, and then they do some paired analyses of what they saw with the read aloud. So it allows for a much more purposeful analysis piece with the video because you have the evidence present. Our math instructors are also using it in a number of ways. The same idea with the lesson implementation. They also do some problems of practice that they implement in class, and then they have the students implement them. The teacher candidates implement them with students so they can see the two differences between implementing them in class and then in the K6 setting, and do some analyses there. We've had folks in our internship use Edthena as a support for book club readings that they're doing. So they're reading together, then they go out and collect video that's evidence of the book club, and then they do analyses in that way. We've also had the video used in internship for capturing experts in action and then trying to code that video with a lens of looking for what's happening that's really high quality in those videos. We're always trying to figure out new things, and every semester, I think we're a year in with our implementation, every semester we have something new that pops up, and we realize, oh gosh, Edthena would be perfect for this. And it happened this week. We're taking 6 students to Cambridge, England next Friday for 4 weeks, and they're missing a chunk of their classes here while they're in Cambridge for 4 weeks. And one of the instructors realized, okay, I'm going to video this activity that they do at the beginning of every class, and then have the students code it while they're abroad so they can see what they're taking out of the course instruction that they're missing here. So that was a really interesting way we thought about using Edthena recently. For us, it also fit a really a pressing need in our internship supervision because we, like everyone, are dealing with budget constraints. And so one of the benefits of Edthena is that rather than requiring our supervisors to go to the internship site every week, which was in our previous model, we now require them to go every other week, and Edthena serves in the in-between weeks as a way for them to maintain contact with their interns. So it's addressed our needs in a number of ways. I think the other piece that's kind of developing really more recently is how our action research is going to be impacted by the use of Edthena. So all of our teacher candidates in their final semester complete an action research course, and now Edthena is becoming a data collection tool for them. So they're able to think about their research question and gather video evidence and then do an analysis of that evidence to support their action research questions, which interestingly enough is now connecting to our schools. And so our P12, P6 partners in elementary are really interested in what can Edthena look like for PD for our teachers, and how can we maximize their own professional development in the school site with Edthena. Our teacher candidates are also being hired more and more frequently in the sites that they've been doing their internship. A classic example is my interns from last year. All 6 are now in my internship site that I work at as a PDS coordinator. So they're there as first-year teachers. I have 5 new interns there. So the principal and I are really trying to think about ways that Edthena and action research can work together to frame the PD for this new group of teachers and model that for the same time for our teacher candidates that are just starting. So what I love most about Edthena is that it's transforming our program and how we think about our course assignments, kind of increasing our connectivity to the field, but it's also really shifting how we work with our district partners. So it's been an incredibly beneficial tool for us, and we find more ways to use it every week.